So now we're going to talk about warm traffic. We're going to talk about the goals of warm traffic. We're going to talk about offers and ads that you can run to your warm audiences. So your warm audience here, these are really your acquaintances if we look at it, in terms of the relationship analogy. So you've met, you've gotten to know each other a little bit, you're still not super comfortable, but you do know who that other person is. You're an acquaintance, and that's really where warm traffic lives, right? They're in between I've never met you before, and I love you and I'll buy everything. That is really the realm of warm traffic. So you've introduced yourself, but most importantly, they've shown some sort of interest back. So maybe they liked you on Facebook, or maybe they clicked over to a blog post and you were able to pixel them, or maybe they even opted into your email list. They've shown some kind of interest back, and you guys have developed, a kind of a mutual relationship. Just so you can put it into context, here are a few different kinds of warm traffic prospects, right? So maybe they've already opted into your email list and you uploaded that email list to a traffic platform, which we'll talk about. So they've opted in and you want to talk to them more. You want to see what they're interested in, or maybe make them some sort of small dollar offer. They could be people who visited your website. We talked about, pixeling as being a goal of cold traffic. This is where you start to take advantage of this, right? Warm traffic would be people who visited your website. They're familiar with your logo. They know who you are. It could also be, Facebook fans, Twitter followers, YouTube subscribers, just really any point of contact that you've had with prospects. So these people are familiar with your business and market, but they weren't interested enough to buy yet. So they need to be convinced. So if we think back to lesson 1, when we talked about the marketing funnel, your warm audience is really living in this evaluation stage. So they're trying to figure you out. Do you have exactly what they're looking for? Is there another competitor that might be doing it better, right? Do they really need to solve whatever pain point that you would solve for them? They're really in this evaluation stage during warm traffic. So it's our job to either convert them to a lead or a low dollar buyer so that we can push them down this funnel and so that we can turn them into a really loyal customer for your business. But keep this in mind, warm traffic and the traffic temperature diagram that we've been looking at, the warm traffic falls right here in the evaluation stage. So like I said, maybe they visited your blog, a blog post on how to play the guitar, but they didn't buy, or maybe they didn't opt in on your website. So what you're going to do is you're going to run ads to warm traffic that encourages them to take the next step, right? We've already introduced ourselves. They're familiar with who we are. So it's time to make the move. So let's talk about goals of warm traffic. And really there are 2 goals of warm traffic, right? You're there to generate leads if they haven't already opted in. So, you want to get them on that email list and so that you have another point of contact. Or you're going to ask them to buy something. So with warm traffic, it's totally appropriate, especially if you know specifically what they're interested in, to start asking for those lower dollar sales. So really 2 main goals for warm traffic, leads and sales. So now that you know who you're talking to warm traffic, you're talking to your acquaintances, let's go through different offers. Let's talk about, what are we actually going to say? What are we going to talk to these people about since they kind of know who we are? So just like we did in the last video, I'm going to go through some appropriate offers for warm traffic. The first would be a lead magnet. And like I said, I did put this on the cold traffic list for those of you that really need to go out and start generating leads fast for your business. But the lead magnet really lives more here in the warm traffic offer list. So, say they read a blog post on, how to play the guitar on your website. Maybe you're going to offer them a lead magnet, maybe of, some online sheet music in exchange for their email address. That would make perfect sense. They already read about playing the guitar, and you're going to make them an offer for their email address. That's much more polite and a better way to build the relationship than taking the lead magnet directly out to the cold traffic. Another would be a quiz or survey. You saw this on the last one too, but this is a great way to really engage people. And again, if you introduce yourself and you know that they're interested in a topic, of course they're going to want to take a quiz, about that topic. The cool thing too about a quiz is you could either allow them to take the quiz and just give them their results and go along their merry way. You could ask them for their email address in exchange for the quiz results. So that can kind of go two ways there. Another would be free or paid webinar. This is a great thing to take to warm traffic. They know that you know what you're talking about. They've met you, so they would be willing to give you their time on a webinar to learn more. So you might sell a product on the webinar, and that's the way you're going to monetize. But a webinar is a great thing to take to warm traffic because you already know they're interested in the topic. Flash sales or low dollar offers. We call these tripwires at Digital Marketer, but anything low dollar that would be an easy yes for them to give you, right? You don't want to, hop in and say, okay, you read this blog post, you want to buy my $500 product. We're talking about, $7, $10, maybe even only $1. And I'll show you some examples. But warm traffic is the time when it is appropriate to start asking for money. A product demo, if you have a software or some sort of product that you can demo, this is a great time to ask if they're interested in checking out your product. Again, you're not asking them to buy a big product. You're just saying, hey, do you want to check it out? Do you want to see this demo? But again, you've already gotten to know them a little bit. This is the appropriate time to do a product demo. Another would be branding videos. So, for example, they got to know you and maybe you just want to run some video ads to really show them the culture of your business or tell them a little bit more about your company. That will help a lot in their decision and their evaluation, the stage of the funnel that we're in, the evaluation stage. Those branding videos can have a really big impact. So definitely something cool and awesome to run to warm traffic, especially if you're about to ask them to buy something. A book, whether it's free or paid. We give away a lot of free books, and we sell paid books. Books are in every market. But this is a great offer to take to warm traffic, to turn these people into a customer. So really with these offer guys, and again, this list could go on and on. These are the best offers I feel for warm traffic. But the point here is we're taking people that we've introduced ourselves to and we're turning them into a lead or turning them in to a low dollar customer, right? A buyer. Because we know if they buy something, even if it's only $1, they're much more likely to buy from us again because that trust is there. So now let's look at some examples of different offers and ads that we would take to warm traffic. So here's some digital marketer examples, just like we started out in the last video. So I said, a low dollar offer or a flash sale. Well, this is all wrapped up into one for this ad. So this is an ad for an email countdown timer. So, you saw in the last video about cold traffic, we had an ad that sent people over to a blog post about email marketing. So we weren't asking them for anything. We were just sending them to this blog post and teaching them a bunch about email marketing. Well, guess what? That was a great introduction, and now it's time to ask them to buy a low dollar purchase. This just happens to be an email countdown timer. So this is a great offer. This is a Facebook ad, and it's a low dollar, $10 piece of software that we can run to warm traffic. We also talked about in cold traffic segmenting, so figuring out what they're specifically really interested in your niche. So that's what was cool about running that email marketing blog post, because we knew they were specifically interested in email marketing, and now we're making them a very specific offer. So you can see where segmentation comes into play. Here's another example. This is a YouTube ad of our CEO and founder, Ryan Deiss. He's selling our Invisible Selling Machine book, Ryan's Invisible Selling Machine book. So this is a YouTube ad to people who had visited our website and they knew who we were. And we're saying, hey, you want to buy this book? It's only, $9.99. And they would have known who Ryan was. They know who Digital Marketer was. So that was an appropriate offer to make at the time. A few more examples from DM. Here's a free webinar training ad from Facebook. So again, we're acknowledging last month at Traffic and Conversion Summit, that's the event that we hold every year. We're speaking to people who already know us and know our brand. We're using terms, that have to do with our business and our event. But here we're just trying to get them onto a training where we then sold them a product. But this went to our warm audience, people who knew who we were, and we really wanted to develop our relationship further with them, and we wanted to get them on a webinar. This is a $1 trial. So a trial is a great offer to make to warm traffic. So this is a $1 trial for our monthly membership DM Lab. And this is, a simple retargeting ad. This is, to people who are warm traffic, people who know who we are. And we're saying, hey, you want to try us out for $1? That's a great offer to make to warm traffic. Here are some examples from other companies. So this is GoDaddy. They provide domain and web hosting. And this is an ad that I saw after I hit their website. So a $1 trial, very similar to our dollar trial. They're just offering more of a service. This was a great ad that I saw right after I visited their website. Here's a lead magnet. So this is from AdRoll, and they're teaching people about the attribution model, and that's really their lead magnet here. It's a report, attribution for data-driven marketers. So I visited their website, I was checking out their product a little bit, and then I was retargeted with this ad. They were trying to convert me into a lead. Very smart. This is a great example of a lead magnet that you can run to warm traffic of people who are already familiar with you. A few other examples. HipChat. This is a chat service for companies. We actually use it and really like it. But this ad is for a free trial. So free trials, a great offer to make to warm traffic. And this was an ad, again, that I saw after visiting their website. Here's another free trial. This is from NatureBox. So I was checking them out, and I actually have visited their website a few times. And then I saw this offer from NatureBox for a free trial. So again, a great offer. They knew I checked out their website. I knew what they had to offer. And then they wanted, they were reaching out, hey, you want to try it out? So 2 great free trial ads here. A $1 trial ad, a lead magnet, $1 trial, webinar, low dollar offer, book sale. So just to go back through these so you guys can see, different ads. Again, guys, these are all on different platforms, Facebook ads, Twitter ads, YouTube ads, but they're making offers that are appropriate at this stage in the relationship. So I want you to start thinking about, what assets do you have that would make a great offer to warm traffic? And it depends on your business. Where are you trying to take them? And what would be a natural next step after introducing yourself and before you ask them to buy, your cooler product or, your more expensive offering? What's a way that you can lead them down the path? And, we'll talk more about what does the languaging in these ads look like, and how do you even target people who have visited your website, and how, where do you find these people? Where do they live? We'll cover all of that. But definitely keep in mind, warm traffic, guys, that's really where we're going to start generating leads, and we're going to start acquiring customers, which is the reason you're really here. But keep in mind the goals of warm traffic, guys. We're trying to generate leads, and we're really trying to acquire customers with some lower dollar trials and some lower dollar sales. So now let's talk about hot traffic.